I know I said I wouldn't make any videos today. I never said nothing about live streaming for a minute. But I'm not really talking about tech. You know, no, maybe I'm weird. I have these thoughts. I have thoughts in my head where, you know, like hitting the lottery, right? I think it's fair to say that we all feel like that sometimes. Like, what we would do if we just like hit an abundance of wealth. Like, what would we do with it? Um, Let me just double check and make sure that the live stream's going good. So, drop the volume down so I have to hear myself again. And okay, yo, Isaac, what's up, man? How's it going? Aime Garcia, how goes it? How you guys doing? Um, Skip the survey. Okay. But yeah, so not really talking about tech, just talking about, you know, if you were to hit the lottery, like what would you do? And I was thinking about this morning when I woke up, you know, because I'm pretty open with you guys. I'll tell you guys right now, like I'm not balling out of control with money or whatever. I live paycheck to paycheck, you know. Um, that's why I don't go to CES or anything like that. I don't have the money to do that kind of thing, right? And this morning I was sitting up, I was thinking, I was looking at my 4-year-old son sleep, and I was thinking to myself, like, if you hit the lottery, like, what would you do? What would you do with it? What would you do with all that money? Because, like, I do what do they call it? Instacart for like a side job. So it's like, if you don't know what Instacart is, basically, I pick up, like, people order their groceries from, like, Sprouts or things like that around here, and so, like, I pick up their groceries and deliver it to their house for them. And usually it's like the wealthy people that do it. So I end up going to, like, these really nice neighborhoods. And I look and I see what people have. Buy a Tesla truck. That's pretty dope. That's dope. So I was thinking to myself, like, because, like, they have the lottery here. I'm sure they have the lottery, like, all across the country. And I'm like, what would I do if I hit that? And I was like, like, it seems like the people that are down on their luck would do a lot more and spread a lot more joy, with the wealth that they come across. And it's like like those that have the wealth uh, do things differently. And so I was pondering to myself, like, why do they do things differently? Is it just because the fact that that we, like, those people like myself that don't live that comfortable lifestyle where they just don't have to worry about anything? Is it because of that we have that mindset that rather than just being greedy and just focusing on ourselves, that we would bring up those that are around us and those that also could use the help? Because, like, when I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, if I came across, say I hit the lottery here and got $365 million, like, what the heck would I do? And I already know what I would do. Obviously, I would put some money away for my kids for their college funds so they can go to school and not have to worry about paying their tuition for college and get the degrees that they want. Definitely I would take myself out of the neighborhood that I live in and move into a much better neighborhood that's, more secure, where my kids can go outside and play, and I don't have to worry about somebody trying to abduct them or kidnap them. And, like, here in Phoenix, there's that problem with human trafficking, and so kids are being abducted. Like, one of the main malls here is, like, one of the worst places. Like, it's so sad. I can't let my sons go to the mall because I'm worried that someone will take them. They have people at Arizona Mills pretty much, like, scout the play area where the parents leave their kids to play while they go shopping, and they scout kids to abduct them. So, like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy as hell how all this is going on. So definitely I would want to move into a safer neighborhood so my kids can do things that I used to do, because I used to go to the park when I was a kid, and my dad didn't go with me, and I can't let my kids do that here. There's just too much crap going on. You know, I would pay off my dad's house, like completely pay it off where he owns it, and if he wants to stay living in it, he can. If he wants to move to a better neighborhood, I would buy him a house that he can go there. He'd probably rent his house out to somebody. Um, I would definitely open up some businesses just so that way the family can, stay productive and, continuously make funds. Like I would open up a car lot, and work with people that don't have the best of credit to get them a good running vehicle. Not like these damn shysters out here that sell you lemons and stuff like that. Like I hate dealerships like that. So I would open up a very honest dealership. I would definitely open up a chain of like cell phone repair shops, like definitely, and just fix people's phones and things like that, and do it for a fair price. And even try to come up with my own little program where if you can't pay me all up front to fix your phone, work out a payment plan, things like that. That's what I would do with that. I would help those around me. So like, my friends on YouTube, I would definitely, hook them up and get their channels going, and probably just travel the world. Is probably what I would do, and just like help people along the way, families that I meet, just like kind of help them. And there's this thing about spreading joy that I like, later on today, I'm actually supposed to meet with the guy that, like, I see him all the time when I go grocery shopping. Him and his family's homeless. He has a 3-year-old daughter, and they're living on the streets, and that really breaks my heart. Make sure that the stream is like going as good as it can be. But I can't imagine, I can't imagine being, having a family and being homeless and not having a place to sleep, not having a place to go. That really hurts. And so later today, I got to find him because I got a gift for his daughter, so his daughter can have a Christmas gift for tomorrow, Frick, dude, it sucks, man. It's already, I'm a tearjerker. uh, I just couldn't imagine, And the reason why I respect this guy is because, he's homeless, and yes, he is trying to make money, but I respect the fact that, he's out there in the parking lot and he's asking people to wash their windows for $1, and I can respect that, like there's a difference between someone who who's like out there, wanting to collect money and not try to earn it. I have respect for this guy because he wants to earn it, even though he's homeless, and he could just stand there and show off his 3-year-old daughter and get people to, open up and just drop money into a cup or hand him bills in his hand. He'll come up to you, and he's very humble about it. He's got a smile on his face. He's always happy, and it's just like, how the hell are you happy, bro? You're living on the streets. You have a 3-year-old daughter. Like, how are you happy? And then it inspires me. Yo, what's up, John? And it inspires me. And yeah, it's a tearjerker. It hurts because I'm a father, and I wouldn't. It would be so hard for me to, try to stay positive when the world is against everything I'm doing and just beating me down. This guy lost his job, and he was staying with family, and family, kind of gave him the boot. So now he's just living where he can. Him, his girlfriend, his 3-year-old daughter. So later on today, I'm supposed to meet up with him and give him some gifts so his daughter could have a Christmas. God, man. I know the world ain't fair, and I know, like, things have to be the way that they are, right? Like, nothing could be, perfect for everybody. Like, I get that. It's just tough to see, And so for everything that I have is a blessing, Even, like I said, like what I would do if I hit the lottery and I won, what I would do, that's a fantasy. I know that, there's like a 1,000,000 to 1 chance that I would hit that lottery to be able to do the things that I want to do and help the friends and family, But at the same time too, you also have to, you have to remember your blessings. You have to remember, that what you have, be grateful for it. All the haves and the have-nots. Yeah, everyone tends to think about those things, but you really gotta be in that mindset that to remember what you have is a blessing. Because you could not have it. Like, you know, a blessing is you guys. That's a blessing. For those people who rock with me on YouTube and watch videos, some of my videos suck. Some of my videos may be entertaining, but you guys come through all the time. So then you have rappers flossing and flexing and not doing anything for anyone else. That's what I was saying earlier. It's like it just amazes me like how those people that live humble, what they would do with millions of dollars, they would spread joy, they would share, they would uplift everybody around them as much as they could. And then you have those that get it and then they forget about everyone in the past, they forget about where they come from, you know unless they were born into it. If they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, then you can't really expect them to be that way, because they were born into it, they don't know anything else. But other people that achieve it and earn it, yeah, that's a bit different. They tend to forget. That's just the craziest thing. Uh, so, are you guys geared up and ready for Christmas? And how's Little John doing? Mr. Beast could literally give to the homeless and get the money back by sponsors and ads. The cycle could keep going. Yeah, that's the toughest thing, right? Is dealing with the way the world is today. That's like one of the probably one of the most toughest things. As as we evolve, it really seems like that we're evolving to separate from each other. Like, we're evolving to not have interactions. Did you know that someone got mad at me not that long ago? They gave me the stink eye, because I say Merry Christmas, okay? But that's not to trample over whatever holiday you celebrate. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, or any of that stuff, like, I'm not gonna be offended if I say Merry Christmas and then you say Happy Hanukkah. What you celebrate is what you celebrate. You have, the life-given right to celebrate what you want to celebrate, and I'm not gonna be offended by it. I just didn't know that saying Merry Christmas to somebody was offensive. That's just crazy. Um, we are becoming less tolerant of one another. I've noticed that. Fighting at the store just over toys because your last minute Christmas shopping, and there's a toy that you want and someone got it, and then rather than thinking to yourself, okay, they got it before me, cut my losses and find something else. Like, no, they want to go and start a fight with that person to try to take what they wanted for their child that person had rightfully gotten first. Fighting over nonsense things. And today, and the way society is, always trying to find a reason of separation, something that makes that person different from them, therefore they dislike them. Like, what the heck? Like, why are we moving in that direction as humans? Is the question. you know I guess that's why, like I say, like, a lot of holidays kind of like changed a little bit. you know it changed because, like, we just don't like being around each other anymore. Like, what's happening with that? This is like what I do, is sit in the car and I ponder. I think of things, right? I think of things that's going on. I always wonder to myself, because I have kids, and I have to watch them grow in this. We kind of destroyed survival of the fittest, which made the dumb people reproduce in bad characteristics. But people can change, though. People can change. I honestly believe in that. I honestly believe that the more love shown can change. Love is a very powerful thing. You know, love can do some of those craziest things. I know. This year was a pretty tough year for me, and personally, it was a tough year for me. The race issues always baffle me, and why it has to always be Hey, why is there no people of color included in this and that? Yeah, people that kind of play into that. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's tough, and that whole word, that whole racist word, thrown just so lightly at every little thing. You know, it's amazing to me how far we've gone, and what we're forgetting as people. Like at the end of some of my videos, when I say that I love you guys, I actually mean it. Okay, it's not a word lightly tossed around. I'm not saying it just to blow smoke up anyone's keister. Like, everyone that interacts with me in the comments, everyone that just watches the video, like, I don't care if you drop a like or you don't. That's not a big deal to me. But the fact, that you take the time to watch it out of your busy day, when I say that I love you guys, I really mean it. Like, that's that's that, and I don't know if it's projected, because I have this characteristic about me where you can't really tell what my emotions are sometimes. Sometimes I'll bear out my emotions, like right now I am. But if you were like my next door neighbor, every day you saw me or whatever, like, I don't know, you probably think I was an a-hole because the way that I look. I don't really wear my heart on my sleeve. My emotions don't really show. My expressions don't really show. So yeah, tough thing, but that's just usually how it is. Um, but when I say that I love you guys, I really do mean it. I don't have to know you guys personally or have you guys stand physically in front of me in order for me to say that I love you guys. And I think that's what we need more of. You know. Um, yeah. So I do too. It's called being emotionally numb. Yeah. And it could be a bad it could be a bad thing, because when at the time that you need to show emotions for someone to really understand, it's kind of hard. You really got to find a way to just kind of project that. I don't know. And I wasn't like this when I was young. When I was young, oh my god, man, I was, yeah, I wore my heart on my sleeve. Like, I was the type of person that, like, if, when I went to school, if you didn't have lunch, I would split half my lunch so you can have something to eat. If you were standing alone on the playground and no one wanted to play with you because they thought you were weird or whatever, I was the guy that would come up and become friends with you and play, so you weren't alone. I used to be that. I used to be that person. Sometimes I try to find that kid inside me again. You know. I don't know. It's it's a weird thing. Life is weird. Life is like, it's like totally weird. And I hate to see people struggle. I really do. I wish I could save the world. Shoot, if I had zillions of dollars, that would be the plan. That would be the freaking plan. Is just to go around and just help people, and not make them dependent, but help them so they're self-sufficient. You know, like if they needed, a better vehicle to get to work, then fine. I'll go take them and buy them a vehicle. There you go. You got a vehicle. Here's some money. Put it aside like a safety net to help, because bills are going to stack up to help get you out of it. But then I want you to come to a point where you're self-sufficient, where you're not depending on anybody anymore. Where you're not needing any assistance and you can do it on your own. That's the plan. It's one of the effects of trauma. Yo, Sneed, what's up, man? Just just talking about life, bro. Just talking about life. Aloha. Yeah. But that would be the plan, right? If I had zillions of dollars, that would be it. Just fuck it, just go and just meet people, and if they're struggling, just pull them out of it, help them get out of it, and help them become self-sufficient, self-dependent, so they can move forward, right? That would be the plan. Just that. I guess helping people brings a lot of joy to me. That's what it is. Just helping people just brings joy. I love the feeling that I feel inside when I help somebody. That's the thing. Yeah, Sneak, if you just joined in right now, man, bro, I just had a tearjerker just talking about this person I'm meeting up with to give his daughter some Christmas gifts. They're homeless. He's got a 3-year-old daughter. It was tough. it just started making me think. So I figured I'd go live today and just kind of just open up and talk to you guys. Just be open with you guys. Not talking about tech or anything like that, but just talking about life. Just talking about what I would do if I had like a mass quantity of wealth. Like, what would I do with it? Um, yeah, I watch people on a daily. I watch people on a daily. I watch how they are, and it just seems like that every like you see it on their face, the expressions that they have. You know, disparity, anger, sadness, stress. It's just like, man, what have we become? What has the world? Well, I don't want to say the world, because there's places in the world where people don't have much. They live humble lives and they're super happy. And God, I envy them. I envy them. You know, on the day to day, it just seems like the way our society is that we're ready to compare ourselves to others and what we have and what they don't have, and vice versa. And it's like, why? Why should people compare what they have? Why should they compete against each other for what? You know. There's a lot of thoughts coming to my head. This is gonna be the first Christmas that my best friend Alex is not here. That freaking hurts a lot. It's tough. I miss my best friend. I really do. Like this time, he would actually be coming over to my house, hang out with my kids, because my kids adore the hell out of him. And yeah, he would bring presents. I want to honor my best friend Alex in this. I know this weekend I'm actually taking a trip out to the ocean. I'm bringing me and my fiance. We're bringing a picture of him because he only seen the ocean once. We went on a trip to San Diego, and we brought him with us. And it was a day like this. It was overcast, in San Diego. It was like 68 degrees or whatever. We went to the beach out there. We actually went over the Coronado Bridge, and we went to the beach. And regardless of how cold the water was, and regardless of the overcast weather, he walked the beach, got to the shoreline, and just dunked himself in the water. First time he ever saw the ocean. The only time he ever saw it. And they say when you keep your memories of those that you lose, that that they'll live forever. But it's tough. It's tough losing someone that you really care about. I mean, he wasn't my blood relative, but he was my best friend. And I would get a big facility and help people get permits to help the out of street vendors, and in the roof keep a garden. That's actually pretty dope. Jaime, that's pretty dope. But yeah, my friend Alex, he was one of those guys that just didn't take life seriously to that extent. Like, I mean, he took his life serious, right? Like, he took taking care of himself seriously. Um, he took those things seriously, but he just, like, the negative in life, he would never let it get him down. Like, he never would. And that's like the craziest thing. I would help people establish sustainable business to create jobs and growth in low income communities. That's awesome, man. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. I have these thoughts just because of that reason, just because of my friend Alex. I have those thoughts. And he was a guy that he always put everybody else first before himself. I used to get so aggravated because, like, he wouldn't, like, buy himself like a new shirt, or sorry, I'm getting choked up here, or like, like, he wouldn't buy things that he needed. He would always put everybody around him first, and I always used to scold him about it, like, dude, you need to take care of yourself too. um it was like, he got in trouble with the law. The law pretty much puts like a heavy burden on him for him to even get a job. So he was like side hustling it. He was doing things on the side, nothing illegal, but like this time of the year, how he would get everybody Christmas gifts is he would make tamales. So like in the beginning of December, that's what he would be texting me about. Is like, so I'll be like, hey, you want to come over and hang out? And he's like, no, I'm making tamales right now, can't come. And he would like post on Facebook that he's selling tamales. He would get like a bunch of orders. He would make them, deliver them, and then with all the money that he earned from making tamales, what he would do is he would go and buy Christmas gifts for his mom, his dad, his sister. Then he would buy Christmas gifts for my kids because he adored my kids and they loved the hell out of him. And then he would buy me and my fiance, Christmas gifts. And I'd always tell him, like, you don't have to get me anything, man. Your friendship is like the best gift ever. I've been blessed to have good people around me, like by in my episodes of Talking Story where I was telling you guys about the hotel and Ruben and how he was like, let's climb the balconies and stuff like that. Yeah, Ruben has been my longest friend. I mean, shit, really, like 22 years of friendship. He lives with me. Well, he part-time lives with me because his job is close by, so he stays at my place when he has to work, and then on his days off he stays with his lady. And yeah, but I mean, he's still around and really good dude. Always has my back through everything. Every little adventure that I've done, he's supported. As a matter of fact, in a few days I am going to release something so embarrassing about myself. I really am. There was a YouTuber who is well off and made a page where people can learn important skills, teaches multiple subjects such as budget, business, credit, finance, investing, social skills, etc. Yeah, there's a dude that I watch too that pretty much does like something like that. His channel's called Beat the Bush. This Asian dude that talks about like how to budget your finances, how you should handle having credit, because that's one of the big things that a lot of Americans kind of mess up on is getting credit cards and running their credit and using their credit and stuff like that. But yeah, those channels are very, very helpful. But yeah, I've been blessed to to have good people around me. So, but man, when you lose somebody, it's tough as hell. It really is. It was just to share with you guys, because there was a lot of you guys that supported the live stream I did when he was in the hospital, and I really love you guys for that. We thought that he was that my best friend Alex was gonna make it. I mean, his progression was getting better and better. His kidneys was getting better. His liver was getting better. That's the reason why he was in the hospital, was kidney failure. His liver was failing. He made it out of the ICU into a regular room. And so we were thinking, okay, the progress was getting good. They were doing dialysis on him. Yeah. I think it was like a week after, he was in a regular room. The doctors was like, okay, he has blood poisoning. So they don't know what's causing it. So they need to try and find out what it was. And it was just like, as he was, getting better and better, just all of a sudden it took a turn and was going down and down. And we got the message from his sister that he was back in the ICU. We rushed back to try and see him. And when we went to see him, he wasn't able to talk. He was just bellowing out sounds of agony. His eyes rolling back. It was like he was like struggling to talk, but he couldn't. They had all kinds of medicine pumping through him, epinephrine and all kinds of things to, keep his blood pressure going. His blood pressure was dropping, little by little. It was dropping, and so we left because I had to pick up my kids from school. We left, we picked up my kids from school, took them home. About 5 o'clock, we get another message from his sister saying that this is it. So we're trying to beat the evening traffic, because he was like, where the hospital was where he was at is about 45 minutes away from where I live. So we're trying to beat the traffic. We're taking surface streets. We're dodging everything. And I was about 5 minutes away from the hospital, and then we get that message that he passed. And it was hard as hell. It really was. I wonder why the comments come late. Sometimes you guys' comments come and like I don't see it here, but then when I touch the screen, I see it down there, and then it shows up here like a minute later. So we still went in, to say our goodbyes, and yeah, it's just tough. It's really tough on my fiance because that was her bestest friend. Um, every day they would always chat or whatever. And like he would always send her a text in the morning, and then throughout the entire day they would just have a conversation through Facebook messengers all day long. What like how the day was or whatever. Just what friends do, conversate and talk. Um, and I can see it in her eyes that she hasn't let go of him. She hasn't let go of her best friend. You know, um, you still see the pain, and like I wish that I could take the pain from her so that she could be at peace, but I can't, and I know that she has to grieve in her own way, and eventually she has to let go. They say that when someone passes on that's close to you, family member, friend, that when you don't let go, well, they say when you are ready to let go, and you do let go, that person who passed will visit you in a dream to let you know that they're okay. And I know that she wants that so badly. She wants to have that dream where she sees him. Because she lost him in 2016. She lost her grandfather, who she was very close with, and she still hasn't let go of that. But I know she wants to have a dream where she sees them and knows that they're okay. But they say that won't come until you let go, and she has a hard time of letting go. And I have a huge fear of death, of dying. So that's, yeah. I'm sorry my live stream doesn't have structure. I'm just talking out loud and just reading your guys' comments and responding back. Just everything that comes to mind. Just kind of letting personal thoughts and feelings out. You guys are like the greatest counselor I ever had. I'll tell you guys that much right now. For like some of the stuff that I talk about that's like depressing and sad, and you guys listen, and you guys respond back. It's like the greatest counseling session ever. I really appreciate that. I really do. Let's lighten the mood, because that's like pretty tough. And I know my friend Alex wouldn't want me to sit here and just spill my guts out and my heart out and just be sad on Christmas Eve. He would want me to be super happy. So my condolences. My friend does dialysis overnight, and he stays positive. He's disabled, has arthritis in his, let me see if it's, okay, it popped up here. Has arthritis in his joints, and I used to do all the physical work they used to make him do in vocational school. Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough to see someone that you care about, that you can say you love, like a platonic love, and see them struggle through a lot of things. So I hope that everything works out well with your friend, and he maintains and gets better to maintain and be able to, because like life itself, when you go through so much pain through illnesses and stuff like that, it's super sad, and it's super hard. Like I have type 2 diabetes. I've said that before in past videos and stuff like that. I have type 2 diabetes, and I'm already dealing with neuropathy, which is like my nerves, like my legs hurt a lot. I get leg pains a lot, and I have to try and cope with that. Like I don't feel like taking pharmaceutical drugs is the best thing for me to do when it comes to like neuropathy, because then it just makes my body dependent on some form of like blocking those nerve signals, right? I mean, your nerves are there for a reason, and when you stop them from doing their job, then you're literally stopping them from their function. but then you have to cope with the pain, and like, yeah, it's tough. I have to worry about what else things is to affect me as I'm getting older. I'm 37 this year. 2020, I'll be 38. I'm not getting younger. And that's one of my fears too. Like, I want my kids to grow up and be good. I want my kids to literally have the best. I think any parent who loves their child feels that way. And I worry if I'm going to be here long enough to help them. Because, my dad's my rock. When I have something like an issue in life that I just don't know about, I always go to my dad for advice. And he's always there. If he doesn't know the answer, but, he'll still talk to me about it and we'll find the answer together. But, I want to be that for my kids. You know, I love all my kids. My oldest son, Ezekiel, he's about to travel too, so I'm like kind of worried because, you know, like any parent, you're going to be worried about your kid traveling on an airplane by themselves. He's going to go see his mom for the rest of his Christmas break. My other oldest son, Xavier, and I worry about him. He's happy-go-lucky and carefree. My son, Xavier, like, he's super smart. Computers, tech, everything. He's super smart. Like, he's like, next year he's going to high school. He chose to go to was it the Phoenix Academy of Coding, and that's what he wants to do. Software development and programmer. Also, he wants to build video games, and but he doesn't care about what most teens care about nowadays. He's hang on, the missus is up. Here in a second. I think we're gonna do some Instacart orders, but yeah, my son Xavier, he don't care about the things that most teens today care about. He he's just happy-go-lucky and carefree. He doesn't, worry about rap music or rock music. He likes skateboarding. He just doesn't care. Like, I see other teenagers and how they want to be cool, how they want to be gangster, how they want to, look like they're grown adults and like no one can tell them what to do. And then I look at my son Xavier and he's like, he still watches cartoons, still enjoys his video games, still, just, he doesn't care for that. And I'm glad, I encourage that in him to be different from everyone else. He doesn't have to be like everybody else. He could be himself, my oldest son, Ezekiel, is very artistic. He loves to draw. I'll show you guys some of his drawings maybe tomorrow before he takes his flight to his mom. He takes a red-eye flight to Texas. My daughter Destiny is very eccentric. She's really, really, really like a diva. Like, this girl will like put on a dress thinking that the world cares what she looks like, and it's so adorable when my daughter does that. And then like I have to remind her, like, like, not everyone is going to be focused on you. Like, whatever shoe she picks out, and then she'll get a little bit sad because, like, she wants the world to recognize her, to acknowledge her. So I know she's looking for that acknowledgement. Very beautiful girl. I'm very worried about boys, so I'm ready for that. She's gonna I'm gonna help her start her YouTube channel. She has to pass the 3rd grade. That's our deal between me and her, that she got to pass the 3rd grade. Then I will help her build a YouTube channel for whatever she wants to do on it. My youngest daughter, Aubrey, she's very tough. I'd say tomboyish. But she's got a really good heart. Like, she tends to get into arguments with her little brother. But then she's very nurturing and comforting to her little brother, and very protective. It's a weird sibling relationship, but it's very cute, very adorable. She's got a really big heart. She very, she cares about everybody. She's a lot like me when I was her age. Like, she's that person that if you are, by yourself, she'll be the one to come and become friends with you, so you're not alone on the playground. She has that heart. And I'm very proud of her. My son Angel is very thoughtful. He's very, like, he'll come and check on you just for no reason. If I stub my toe and I'm like, ow, he wants to come and run and see if my foot's okay. He's very attached to me. Like, you know, when I leave, he doesn't like when I leave home to go do what I gotta do. When I come home, he's the first one to scream "daddy" and run towards the door to give me a hug. He has to stay close by me. You know, he's very, very attached to me. I love my son very much. Stacy, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I'm just me. You know, but I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. Um, I love all my kids, and I worry about, you know, when they get older, because the way that the world is nowadays, like, I don't teach my kids to look at people differently. I don't teach my kids to find differences between other people and them. You know, and like, I look at other parents around here, how they cuss at their kids, and you know, like my neighbor right over here, I don't care. You know, she lives like right over there, right across from me. You know, like I get frustrated with how she is with her kids because she'll cuss at them. She'll tell them to get their effing asses in the house and this and that. I'm like, why do you talk to your kids that way? You know, they're kids. Kids are gonna do things. Like, I know my kids are going to, you know, wreck the house. Then I gotta come home and clean it up. You know, and yeah, I might get frustrated and angry because it's like, hey, you guys gotta learn how to clean up after yourself. But I'm not gonna go and cuss the hell out of them and, you know, beat them down mentally where they feel like they're nothing. Like, that's like the wrongest thing to do, and I can't stand parents that do that in public. That's like the worst, right? You know, already they get that type of treatment for you within the four walls of your house, but now you're gonna do it outside where other people can see it. Like, I hate that. You know, if I had bail money for every dad that I saw who called their kid an idiot or whatever, I would so totally freaking like just beat the crap out of him. Hold on, switching sides. We're about to do some Instacart. So my lady woke up this morning.
Instacart order at Target.
All right, I'm live streaming. Now she's gonna feel weird. Oh my gosh, it's windy outside. Gotloans.com. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and watching the stream, but I gotta get some work done. So yeah, I'll probably live stream again later, or if you guys follow me on the gram, I'll probably live stream there. But thanks for taking the time to listen to my ranting and everything. Yeah, Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Enjoy your time with your family. And again, I appreciate you guys taking your time to watch when you guys really should be focusing on family. So that's cool. And I'll see you guys with more videos down the road. I love you guys very much. Merry Christmas.